Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel today. Hope you guys are keeping well and safe, and here for another update video as we're going towards the weekend as Wolves kick off their stateside cup campaign tomorrow against West Ham United. Do let me know your thoughts ahead of that game in the comment section down below. But some big news today is that Mario Lemina has officially been named as the captain of Wolverhampton Wanderers ahead of the 24-25 campaign. This is great news. Big news as well. I think Mario was amongst the favourites to be given the captaincy, probably alongside Craig Dawson and Matheus Cunha. I said it quite recently. I would have probably gone for Dawson as lead captain. As we sort of saw the promotion season in the Championship, Danny Bart was captain and didn't actually play a lot, so Connor Cody was sort of more recognised as the captain. I think I would have done that with Dawson and Lemina, but either way, I'm extremely happy with this decision. Mario Lemina has matured a lot as a footballer ever since joining Wolves. Obviously, he came to the club with sort of this past around him that, sort of this sort of thing that he had a bad attitude and so on, but we certainly haven't really seen that much at Wolves, and his work on and off the pitch has been fantastic. He also went on to say directly to Wolves, I'm the captain with the armband, but I'm not the only one. There's a lot of players in this team who deserve to be captain as well. Nelson, Cunha, Dawson, but I think we're going to split the work. I'm going to try and be myself like I was last year. Of course, I have to give a little bit more because it means a lot. We work well, we understand each other, and captaincy isn't about one person, it's about a group. And lots of great comments from Gary O'Neill and Mario Lemina. I'm sure you can go and check those out on the Wolves website. But some great news to kick off today's video as well. And yeah, a little bit of news on the kits, because today we also saw the goalkeeper kits officially launch. We had seen the sort of mint colour one released already, but not officially by the club. And they've also released the away one, which is like this pink colour here. So both lovely kits, to be fair, sticking with the centralised badge and the Sudo on the right chest, but both of those have been released and available to order directly from Wolves now as well. And we had a little bit of news on the official launch of the actual away kit as well. Wolves are going to be doing a launch for that next Friday, a week today, Friday the 2nd of August, whilst they're on the US tour. So it might not be a morning release, it may be later on in the day, and there's some suggestion that they may well wear that in the game against RB Leipzig next weekend as well. So the away kit thought to be that one which we've spoken about before, the dark colour with like the sort of wolf across one of the sides. So we'll wait and see if it looks much better in real life than what we've seen on the leaks so far. We have got a little bit of transfer news to get through as well. Hugo Bueno is subject of some transfer speculation this week. Of course, been part of the Wolves squad now just over a year and a half or so, breaking through under Steve Davis actually, and Julian Lopetegui seemed to prefer him over Ryan Aït-Nouri. His chances under Gary O'Neill have been a little bit limited, but certainly transfer speculation is still hotting up. Now, it's thought that Norwich City apparently made an offer which was rejected by Wolves to loan Hugo Bueno ahead of the new season. Obviously, that Norwich City in the Championship, you'd expect them to be towards the top end of the league. But now it's been reported fairly heavily that Celtic have renewed their interest in Hugo Bueno as well. Celtic have had a couple of attempts at loaning Hugo Bueno from Wolves, most recently in January, which Wolves turned down, and it's thought that Celtic are back in the race once again. Of course, Hugo Bueno at the moment, second choice at least to Ryan Aït-Nouri if he's going to be sticking around. You would expect Hugo maybe to get slightly more minutes, but even Matt Doherty was preferred to him at times this season. But I think ultimately Hugo Bueno's fitness probably wasn't in the place where both he and the club wanted it to be last season. But it's thought that despite the concrete interest in the Spanish fullback, Wolves aren't interested in letting him go as it stands this summer. So we'll have to wait and see if that situation changes, if Wolves manage to get a backup in, because certainly I think a player of Hugo's age should really be getting consistent game time. And I don't think a loan move to Celtic is awful. You get a team, plenty of the ball, getting bombing up and down the pitch a little bit, small taste of European football. It could be a beneficial loan, especially if his first choice over in Scotland. Now, it's been reported by The Athletic today as well that Wolves are still expected to try and look to sign a centre-back before the end of the summer. For right now, they're still given the opportunity to Gerson Mosquera. Obviously, Craig Dawson, Santi Bueno and Totti are also the options for the centre-back position. But it's thought that maybe Totti could slot into a left back. If Wolves go with a back three, they probably will need one more as well. No real names have been mentioned as of yet, or no fresh names really. Thomas Beelan was mentioned in the Athletic article, but he's literally signed a new final deal this week. Nico Elvedi is also still on that list. It's thought that he has quite a low release clause, which is due to expire at the end of the month. So it'll be interesting to see if Wolves do sort of escalate with that this week, if that's a thing. But also it's been reported in France that Jake O'Brien from Lyon, who has been linked with Wolves previously, his exit from Lyon is almost definite this summer. Wolves are amongst the clubs, as well as Everton and Brentford, said to be interested, and it's thought that talks with these parties may well accelerate in the coming days or so as well. So certainly over the next week or so, we may well see some more news on the centre-back situation. But I'm looking forward to it against West Ham, really, to see how Wolves play, what sort of positions, the shape that Wolves play as well. Now, this week we've seen quite a lot of news about the Paraguayan winger, Gabriel Aguayo. I think I mentioned it towards the end of the last video. And it's been over in Paraguay, they've sort of run away with this story and spoke about it quite heavily. And even it's been reported that the agent of the player says, yeah, Wolves are one of the teams looking at him, and they've even had contact with us. Now, I found out from Wolves themselves that this isn't the case. It's pretty much all agent talk. Wolves have no interest in the Paraguayan winger as of right now. So this transfer looks extremely unlikely for this summer at least. So Gabriel Aguayo from Paraguay is probably one that we could forget about for now. A really interesting one that came from Ojogo over in Portugal late on, I think it was Wednesday evening. Wolves apparently are amongst Premier League clubs that have been offered James Rodriguez. 33 years of age now, of course. James has played for a number of top clubs, including Real Madrid. It's said that his agent, who is, surprise, surprise, Jorge Mendes, has offered him out to a number of Premier League clubs. Wolves amongst those, as well as Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Fulham and Brighton. I don't know about this one. I think high wages. I don't dislike the experience side of things there, but I don't really think he adds much to what we need. We're not missing what James brings, really, if you understand what I mean. But I don't know. May well be something that Wolves opt for and look at maybe later on in the window. But as of right now, it's not anything that fills me with tons of excitement for now anyway. But as of right now, Wolves have just been offered him. There's no real report whether Wolves actually have an interest in the Colombian international. And we'll finish off with a little bit of news on the Olympics. Both Enzo Gonzalez for Paraguay and Boubacar Traoré for Mali have been in action this week in the opening Olympic Games matches. Boubacar captained Mali and he played the full match as they drew 1-1 with Israel in the game they, on paper, dominated, to be completely honest. So I think they'll be disappointed with not winning that game. And Enzo Gonzalez didn't start the game, only managed to come on for the last 10 minutes or so for Paraguay, who got unfortunately smashed by Japan 5-0. Paraguay were down to 10 men quite early on in the game, so just pure, dominated in the end by Japan. But Enzo did come off the bench and have his Olympic moment anyway. But that is all for today's video, guys. As always, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I don't think I'm going to be doing a watch-along for the West Ham game, but I will be back with my review and reaction probably on Sunday morning, maybe sort of between 9 and 10, depending on when I wake up. All being well, I'll manage to stay up for the game anyway. But if you are catching the game, guys, fingers crossed it's a Wolves win. Hopefully we enjoy it. Enjoy your weekend. And until next time, I'll catch you all very, very soon.